From Los Angeles, this is Variety's Award Circuit Podcast. And we're back. It's the Award Circuit Podcast, and I'm Clayton Davis. Netflix's The Lost Daughter was one of the first movies to shoot during the early days of the pandemic. Dakota Johnson plays Nina, a young woman overwhelmed by the responsibilities of motherhood and the toxicity of her relationship with her daughter's father. After debuting at many of the fall film festivals, the movie, as well as Johnson's performance, has received critical acclaim, which has brought a palpable amount of awards buzz. We talk about what a chance at nabbing an Oscar nomination would mean to her, following in the footsteps of her mother, Melanie Griffith, who received her own nomination for Working Girl in 1988. She talks about her future projects, including Persuasion, the upcoming Jane Austen adaptation from Netflix, that also co-stars Henry Golding and Richard E. Grant. We begin by discussing what it's like to be back out in the world, in person, promoting her film.
It's actually not weird at all. It's so nice to see human beings watching movies.
And you're here with The Lost Daughter, because Maggie Gyllenhaal decided to make a movie in the middle of a pandemic, which is awesome, and you're fantastic in it.
Thank you.
How did you get involved with this? Because you're so amazing in it, and it's a very different role that we've seen of you before.
Yeah. Well, I read the script that Maggie wrote and was just sort of floored by it. And then I had lunch with her. We had lunch in New York, and I was caught off guard with how brilliant the script was. And I hadn't ever read something so honest and so, at times, raw almost to being uncomfortable, but still so honest and human. And Maggie, I had met her a couple times before, but getting to speak with her and speak to her about the project, she has this depth to her that is infinite. She has a really brilliant mind and heart, and she's a seeker of truth, whether it's in her filmmaking or her acting or her conversation or even her choice of actor, her casting, So that's how I got involved. Luckily, she wanted me to be a part of it. Probably not as much as I wanted to be a part of it, but
But bad enough that you got it, and again, you're fantastic. Working with Olivia Colman, Academy Award winner Olivia Colman. Excuse me, I have to be respectful.
Yeah.
How was it working alongside her? Because she is a masterful actor, and she makes it look so easy that I hate it. So is it just like that on set? Because she's also so bubbly and full of life when she's not acting.
Yeah, I think I don't want to speak for her, but it looks like it actually is genuinely easy for her. I don't know what else to say. She's a wonderful woman. She's so wonderful. I love her. And she's a really good friend. And that's just what she does. She's just that good. Maybe she's fooling everyone, and she's, doing loads of prep and rehearsal by herself.
And secretly taking over the world
but
and
I'm
stuff.
like, no, because we were together all the time, before work, after work, at lunch. So I think it just does happen for her that way.
Going through your career, this is a very different role. Nina suffers from postpartum, I think we can say is postpartum depression, or just some type of affliction that comes with having a young child, and you yourself don't have children yet. So what research did you do for sliding right into Nina? Because it fit well for you in the moment. So how did you prep for it?
Well, I don't know if there's first, I don't know if it's a postpartum depression. I think it's more of a circumstantial depression. It's an existential depression, It's not something so simple that can have a label on it. I think, yes, I don't have children. I'm not a mom yet, and I I think there was something about how honest Maggie's writing, and also, you know, the book, The Lost Daughter. Elena Ferrante writes women really, truly, you know, really honestly, and she's one of the few contemporary writers who's really doing that. I mean, there's a lot like Lisa Taddeo, and there's women who are really writing women, and I think that's amazing. I haven't seen it so much on screen like I have in this. But I guess with Nina, the thing that I liked was that it's so human to have complicated thoughts around womanhood and motherhood. You know, it's maybe not okay to do things that harm or hurt other people, but having the thought or having the feeling is so okay. It's so human, and you don't see that depicted on screen these days, or for a long time you haven't. But I think, I mean, you're starting to more now, like, you know, in I May Destroy You or The Lost Daughter, you know. But yeah, I don't know. The motherhood part of it, I think there's a lot of women in me, and there's a woman is never just one thing.
Thank you. This is my favorite performance from you, and that I just need you to know the weight of that, because I am a lover of Peanut Butter Falcon and Bad Times at the El Royale. So I want you to know how much that means that I say that. You are generating a little bit of awards buzz. I am the film awards editor, so I have to talk about this part. If Oscar comes knocking on your door come February when nominations are announced, what does that do for you? How does that make you feel?
I don't know.
Because you haven't gone there yet.
Yeah, it's a pretty bizarre thing to think about. I feel just really honored to be a part of this film and to have it be seen, and to have Maggie be getting the recognition that she so much deserves as an artist, as a filmmaker, and to spend time with everybody, you know, going around and talking about the movie. We all love this movie so much, and we love each other so much. So I'm like really high on the love right now. On that, I can't think about anything else.
That's awesome. All right. Coming up in your filmography, Persuasion, which has everyone excited, really excited. Jane Austen novel. You're playing Anne Elliot. What can you tell us about it? Because the world is ready for it. Another Netflix venture, by the way.
Yes, another Netflix. I love Netflix. I'm having a good time with them. Persuasion, this is a sort of a modern telling of the story, but it's not set in modern days. It is a period film. It is a costume drama, but I don't know, Jane Austen really holds up. And there's not much that you have to do in order for it to be relevant.
Applicable today.
Yeah. You really don't need to do much. I think, you know, what's really interesting to me is that the film is incredibly diverse, and that is really radical. I don't know another Jane Austen period drama that has such an incredible diverse cast, and that I find to be like really, really exciting.
When you and I were at Telluride, you were very, very excited about 3 projects that you're working on that you also produce: Cha-Cha Real Smooth, Daddy-O, and Am I Okay? Anything you can share about that? Because Cha-Cha Real Smooth, you sold to me very, very well. So I'm ready for that one.
Yeah, Cha-Cha, I think Cha-Cha is going to be, I mean, I can't really speak to it yet because we're still in the edit, but we're like very, very newly in the edit. But we literally actually only finished that movie a month ago. So it's, you know, did you ever watch Shithouse?
Yes.
Okay. So Cooper is just a really special filmmaker and writer and director and actor. You know, he's
everything.
He's got a very specific tone that is relatable for so many people, I think. And I'm hopeful for it. I feel optimistic. We'll see. I can't say anything yet because what if it sucks? You know, you never know what's going to happen in the edit.
I mean, yeah, there's always that.
Until I get my hands on it.
I mean, so Dakota needs to advocate that, right? Yeah, you have to become one of your alter egos of Roderick Gaines. That's what the Coen brothers go by when they edit their movies. They just don't say that it's Coen. So we'll get you a good alter ego when this is all done.
That's fine.
If you don't mind me asking about your mother, Melanie Griffith, who is an Academy Award nominee, Melanie Griffith, who was nominated before you were born, like literally the year before you were born.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know how obviously, and your father, how have they influenced your acting career in terms of your technique and skill?
I don't know. I think how they influenced it, I guess, was by having me. Because I grew up on set. You know, I grew up surrounded by amazing actors and directors and in different places. So I guess my ability to adapt and melt into situations and places and characters came from just the life that they gave me.
When you look at kind of your place in the industry and what you want for yourself in the future in terms of roles, what do you find yourself attracted to? Like, what are you seeking out? Particular types of characters? Are you wanting to really lean heavily into producing? Maybe one day direct or write?
Right now, I mean, I'm still very much interested in acting. And I think that I always will be. I hope I'm still doing this job when I'm, you know, an old lady. But I don't know. There's different things ignite different things in me. So I want to tell stories that just keep people glued to the screen. And I want to make things with great people. And I want to move people's hearts, you know, and I want to also explore myself as an artist. So directing, yeah, I would do that for sure. I made a music video and I love music like beyond. And I think I'm more of a like music nerd than I even am a movie nerd because it's purely emotional. You know, when I watch movies, it's almost like I'm working. But when I'm listening to music, I'm not a musician, so it's only an emotional relationship that I have. And I think making music videos is something that I will want to do forever.
Do you not play any instruments or anything? Do you like play piano?
I like a tiny bit of piano. I learned piano for a couple movies. And then I learned a little bit of cello, but, you know, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll want to spend a lot of time.
Pick up a guitar and just do it.
Just jam.
We'll wait for it. My last question for you is, your fans on social media are passionate about you. And when I say, yes, in a good way, like they're very loud, very passionate. They're ride or dies, which are good people to have near you.
That's nice.
They are excited for your careers, excited for everything, you know, you've been doing, even creating memes of you. Like the Ellen meme has been everywhere, and it's been one of the greatest things to watch unfold. What are you tapped into that? I guess that fandom of yourself, and do you hear that the same way like journalists hear it? Like when we mention you, our mentions and our Twitter's likes are through the roof.
Really?
Yes, they love you.
Wow, I didn't know. I'm not aware of that. I'm a little bit. I keep my distance from social media. I think it's healthy.
It's for the best.
Yeah.
It's just been like you just don't want to get lean into the toxicity of social media, or it's just better for you to stay disconnected.
I just don't think I need to know those things. You know, I love my privacy. I love my quiet life, and I also love when I come out to, talk about a movie and there's people who love it. I think that that's healthy. But then there are some really amazing, I'm kind of like a voyeur when it comes to social media.
Okay. You're like watching the fire happen.
Yeah.
And not getting a fire extinguisher, just let it burn. That's good.
Yeah. I'm not involved, but there's some like incredible comedians on Twitter that I love, and obviously I follow the news, but yeah.
You should create a TikTok. They probably would follow you to the
I
end of
don't
time.
know what where to even begin with what that is.
It's very overwhelming. It's very, even to create, it's just going to be, for you, it would probably be easy because you could just look at the camera and just throw it up and say hi and it would go viral. For other people that want to be a part of it, it's very overwhelming.
I just don't even know what it is. We can talk about that later.
It's life. We will bring it up. But I thank you so much for this time. Again, you are fantastic in the movie. Really looking forward to everything that you're going to continue to do, and looking very much forward to Persuasion and Cha Cha Real Smooth. Cha Cha Real Smooth, I'm sorry. I'm just you sold it to me in the best way possible. And I'm ready for it yesterday.
Okay, great.
All right. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you so much.
That's Dakota Johnson, star of Netflix's The Lost Daughter, which hits theaters December 17th and will be available on Netflix starting December 31st. Make sure to come back tomorrow for our interview with Jamie Dornan, star of Belfast from Focus Features. And that's it for this edition of the Variety Award Circuit podcast. Drew Griffith edited this episode and Michael Schneider is the producer. Be sure to subscribe to the Award Circuit podcast on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or wherever you download podcasts. Also, head to Variety.com and click on the Award Circuit tab to find the latest Oscar predictions and key races, as well as your daily fix of news, analysis, and reviews. For Jazz Tanke, Janelle Riley, and Michael Schneider, I'm Clayton Davis. We'll see you on the circuit.